Probing with the inside and outside front kicks early. That's a right hand there from Mini T, the Australian in the grey.
I like that Rodtang lead hook that he throws. He throws it almost instead of a jab. He likes to throw that power lead hook. You can see Mini T's trying to paw down the rear hand of Rodtang so he can land that right there. Because these styles are very similar from these two. But it's that experience advantage that Rodtang has.
Watch a replay of this event in VR in the Venues app on Oculus Quest this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sakyat tattoo on the back there of Mini T, fakes the right hand of the Australian. You see the project armbands around the biceps of Rodtang. Traditionally, they were made by tearing a piece of a mother's sarong and wrapping it around her son's arm for good luck on the battlefield. It's part of a very old Thai tradition that is carried into modern Muay Thai.
Mini T was actually born in Thailand before he transferred over to Australia.
Coming close with that counter right hand is Mini T, Daniel Williams. Patient start here from Rodtang.
This is a patient start, but you can tell Rodtang came out immediately and does what Rodtang does. He started taking control of that circle and moving forward.
Showing no signs of being intimidated, Daniel Williams. The overwhelming reputation of Rodtang, who is the One Super Series world champion. Fake there from Williams. Rodtang wary of that right hand, which Williams pulls off very quickly and with accuracy. Looks for the outside lead thigh. Good cutting half front kick, half side kick there, and a nice one again from Rodtang. Goes downstairs. Corner of Daniel Williams are telling him to fight long, and that's what he does. Down the center corridor, long leaping hook there. They want to try and keep Rodtang at the end of Daniel's punches.
Williams is doing a good job of closing that distance, and you can see how Rodtang's utilizing that push kick to try to keep Daniel Williams from coming forward.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, Daniel has found a home for that right hand a couple times now on Rodtang's chin.
It would be a massive upset if Daniel Williams can beat Rodtang Jit Muang Non. Rodtang's been on this incredible streak, incredible tear. The biggest winning streak in One Super Series. Outside leg kick from the tank. Cross out the jab. Confidence building opening round, I feel, here for the Australian Mini T, Daniel Williams, as we end the opener. Well, Daniel Williams, a lot to dissect from the Australian after one round. I was actually impressed with him, Mitch, and it was a relative slow start, though, from Rodtang.
I was impressed, too. And, you know, typically we don't see Rodtang start this slow. He looked like he was actually taking the time to figure out his opponent rather than just going in there and imposing his will like he normally does.
You know, we talk a lot about the intimidation factor that Rodtang brings inside the circle, but Williams does not seem to be fazed by the magnitude of this moment. He's taking control of the center, throwing shots, and putting the combinations together.
No damage on Mini T, Daniel Williams. A little damage on the left eye of Rodtang, but nothing for the Thai megastar to be too concerned about. Did Daniel Williams take the opening round on the judges' scorecards? 3 of them here circle side. Second round of action, Rodtang nods, comes out of his corner. Will he up the aggressor meter now? He needs to. It was an unfamiliar slow start from Rodtang in the opening round.
This is typically where we see Rodtang level up and shift gears, and he starts to put a little bit more fire behind his shots.
Inside leg to that. Femoral profunda there, and another one from Rodtang. Goes to the inside leg a third time.
You can hear those leg kicks landing from the booth here.
One way to slow down the boxing of your opponent is to kick the legs, because every good punch begins from the bottom of the feet and works its way up the body until it exits out of the fists. So if you can kick the legs, you can effectively slow down the boxing. And we know the boxing was effective of Daniel Williams in the first round. As Rich noted, he did almost find the target with the right hand. And there's a nice little turning left hook, almost a gazelle punch there from Mini T.
I think that left hook from Rodtang just hurt Daniel Williams there.
Another one from Rodtang. A mandible rally. Oh, the big kibosh! Mini T went down. The left hook from Rodtang.
Mitch called it. This is when Rodtang always switches to another gear in the second round.
Daniel Williams says he's okay to go on, but the cobwebs are still there. And here comes Rodtang. This is danger now for Williams. Spinning back elbow from Mini T. The Australian's got a long time to survive this round with Rodtang on the front foot. Another left hook. Overhand elbow, crossing elbow, uppercut elbow. The full Muay Thai repertoire here from Rodtang.
A lot of people try to run from Rodtang, but Mini T is not backing down, but he's got to move.
Mini T staying inside the phone booth, but he's got to get out of danger. Beautiful teep kick to the midsection of the Australian.
Yeah, out comes the Iron Man now. Daniel T has got to start moving because that range is lighting him up.
These elbows, the most dangerous weapon in Muay Thai. Rodtang consistently on the front foot, uppercut elbow. Mini T's cut over the left eye. Rodtang has lit him up here in the second round.
Yeah, you can tell Rodtang there got a little emotional after he caught that knockdown and was getting a little overzealous for the knockout, but now he's kind of composed himself and he's really starting to pick his shots intelligently with those elbows.
We usually see Rodtang take opponents apart with his hands. Tonight, though, he's looking for the elbow knockout. Look at the slice and dice and fillet Williams. But Williams is not prepared to wave the white flag here, Dragon.
Yeah, he is standing in the pocket, not changing his game, not running, still willing to go toe-to-toe.
Stiff right hand on the inside there from Mini T. Rodtang sticks a foot in his face. What a tremendous round for Rodtang. He'll take it 10-8 on the judges' scorecard following that knockdown. Well, if Daniel Williams perhaps edged out the first round, the second round was all Rodtang. The knockdown makes it a 10-8er to the Tang Creek.
Yeah, for sure, but I'll tell you what, like Mitch is saying, Mini T is standing in the pocket, and I believe that he has enough heat on those hands, particularly with the 4-ounce gloves, that if Rodtang gets sloppy, he could get caught.
Look at that elbow, but it was those 3 hooks, those 3 lead hooks coming from Rodtang that really started to connect. Daniels has got to keep his hands up and stay nice and tight if he's going to exchange inside that pocket.
Some damage under the eye of Rodtang. There's damage, a cut to the side of the left eye there, and a nice hematoma under the eye of Mini T, Daniel Williams. 10-8 second round for Rodtang. It is all for Mini T to do in the third round of action.
Stay there. Stay your corner, guys.
Inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium, we saw the tank Rodtang unleash his fury on Mini T, Daniel Williams in that second round. A 10-8 round for Rodtang. Ground to cover now for Mini T. He needs a knockdown on Rodtang to have any hopes here. And you know what, Rich, as you said, he's got heat in the hands, has the Australian. If Rodtang makes a mistake, if Rodtang gets lazy, Williams can expose him.
Especially with these 4-ounce gloves, that's one thing that the fans got to keep in mind here is they're not using the big gloves. This is Muay Thai with 4-ounce gloves. And I love the way Mini T just started out this round aggressively.
How's this from Mini T now with the elbows? We saw a jumping downward elbow, a cranium cracker earlier on. There's a 2-punch combination from the Aussie. Rodtang does a quick count of his teeth. Mini T's not going to go anywhere quietly. A crossing elbow from Mini T.
Hats off to the competition team for making this matchup because they picked a perfect opponent for Rodtang. Mini T is in this, ladies and gentlemen.
Daniel Williams goes to the outside back thigh of Rodtang. Rodtang in southpaw stance. Overhand right there from Williams. Guts and intestinal fortitude on the Aussie. Body shot, belly button through the back. Misses with the left. You can hear the heavy breathing of Williams, and he's still inside that phone booth, still trading with Rodtang. Doesn't want to take a backward step. My word, this is a game plan we never see anyone in play against Rodtang.
No, he is definitely exchanging inside that pocket and testing the chin of Rodtang. But Rodtang's doing a good job of keeping his head off the center line and just overwhelming Daniel with a lot of these shots.
Yeah, you know, this break here was actually called for by Rodtang. He looked at the ref and said, hey, I have blood on me. Like, let's get this stuff wiped off.
So the doctor doing a quick inspection of our athletes here, making sure everything is okay, get them wiped off, and we'll throw down again. This is the third round of an amazing match in which Daniel Williams was dropped by Rodtang in the second round, but has powered back here in the third round, and I'm telling you, he can give Rodtang some problems if Rodtang's not careful. Overhand right from Rodtang. Williams goes to the leg. For a downward elbow. The collarbone is the target. Overhand elbows from both.
Nice little fake the push kick and laid into jab from Rodtang as he switched stances to come forward. I like the diversity of elbows coming from Mini T though.
Beautiful uppercut elbow off the right arm from Rodtang, and a crossing elbow, sock to it, it's known as in Muay Thai. Another crossing elbow, and take his ear off, the old Van Gogh technique. Body shot.
Good boy, and again. Wall for the wall, Daniel. And again.
You hear the connection on some of these blows with the 4-ounce gloves. It is frightening rich.
Yeah, and you can see that when Mini T landed that shot on Rodtang, he did what Rodtang does. He said, no, I don't like that. And he go ahead and put his hands down and waiting for another one.
Rodtang's cut. It looks like a cut on the hairline of Rodtang.
Who would have thought Mini T would be in this match, 30 seconds to go, playing this game with Rodtang, standing there toe-to-toe.
At yesterday's press conference, Daniel Williams said, I want to make my name worldwide against Rodtang. He is certainly doing that. What a performance from the Australian. He's got to think, though, what would have happened if he hadn't have got dropped in the second round. It's been a great third round for Mini T. And look at the respect, the integrity, the honor of these two martial arts warriors. Tremendous contest, back and forth battle that was competed inside the proverbial phone booth for 3 rounds solid.
Yeah, look at Mini T though, moving off, creating the opening, but answering back. But Rodtang did all the right things, keeping his guard nice and tight, not taking too much damage, absorbing these shots, but then connecting on opportunities like that. Look at that beautiful fake. That's what I was talking about. Opened up with the push kick, faked it, and then came right across the step across jab. Just a beautiful display of Muay Thai from Rodtang Jitwongnong.
Rich Franklin, an absolute pleasure to watch not only Rodtang again, but Daniel Williams, his first time in one Super Series, and he gave Rodtang one of the tank's toughest competitions yet.
You know, I talked about that earlier. I said Mini T is the guy who will plant his feet in the cage and stand there with Rodtang, and you know, I can't wait to see him compete again. I cannot wait to see him compete again.
But Rich, a lot of people have said that, but very rarely do they take a shot from Rodtang. They rethink their entire game plan when they get hit by Rodtang. Daniel Mini T Williams stood there, exchanged inside the pocket with one of the most dangerous strikers in the world.
And I think that this is one of the first times that Rodtang got caught with a punch and didn't just shake it off easily. He was like, that does hurt a little bit from this guy.
There's damage on the face of Rodtang, damage of course on the face of Williams, but they will be standing and ovating in Perth, Western Australia right now, indeed all over Australia for the very brave Daniel Williams. Rodtang though, that man is just a monster. Every time he is in the circle, we are so excited to see him. At his young age to have that many wins, and he continues that very high winning percentage here tonight. No doubt, especially given that second round knockdown. And again, the tremendous respect shown by both these warriors, two humble athletes. Okay, inside the Singapore Indoor Stadium, we are ready to get our decision. Let's go to Dom Lau.
This match was brought to you by JBL. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of battle, we turn now to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have called this contest in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from